Hello everyone, my name is Terence Zhao. I'm the Managing Director of Singhai Marine Services. 4 months ago, in one of the Capital Link events, I shared about Chinese seafarers for international shipping companies. At that time, we shared about cultural differences of the Chinese crew and employment arrangement by international ship owners and managers. Singhai Marine is one largest Chinese cruise supply agent to international ship owners and managers. Our head office is in Shanghai, with several branch offices throughout China. Before I begin, let me thank Nicholas for inviting me to speak at this Capital Link event. Firstly, I wish to share about Chinese crewing during COVID-19 and beyond. Following that, I will share about policy control regime during COVID-19. We know that COVID-19 is here to stay, at least for the next 1 or 2 years. The demand for Chinese seafarers is still very high, and we are facing crew shortage due to various reasons, which I will share with you. Ship owners and managers asking us hot questions. Why Chinese crew wages keep going up? When will it be stabilized? Why the Chinese crew so demanding and refuse to sail to high health risk countries? It seems that the blame is on the Chinese crew only. I agree that Chinese crew are demanding, but I don't agree that totally they are to be blamed. One of the reasons for Chinese crew getting more demanding is because of the COVID issue. China have this zero COVID policy. Some 18 months ago, when COVID outbreak hit China, Chinese citizens suffered very badly. Almost whole country was locked down to control the spread. Because of what had happened, the Chinese government is not taking any chance now and aim for zero COVID. At all levels, strict restrictions are imposed. Everyone must follow. If not, they will be punished. Chinese citizens obey and follow the rules closely. By following the rules, we are able to control the spread and try to achieve zero COVID in China. This becomes the mindset of the Chinese crew. Are other countries doing the same to achieve zero COVID? I don't think so. Each country has her own policy to control COVID spread. If you come to China now, you will feel very safe. So you see, when the Chinese crew sail to other countries, where some people are not following health safety rules, they are scared. Some even breach the rules like mass gathering, not wearing mask, and protest in the street, fighting with authorities. Infection is very high and hospitals have to reject patients. We hear and see all this in the social media. TikTok is invented by China. Chinese and many other countries' citizens are using it for leisure and also some to post and make income. Chinese crew are very exposed to social media and have all the information they want to see. They have information on the employment like wages terms and who are the good paymasters. Everyone knows what ship owners are paying, sign off and quarantine arrangement. When Chinese crew sail to some high infection countries, they are scared. They do not want to be infected. And this is the reason why Chinese crew are refusing to sail into some countries when they compare to home. To avoid infection and stay close to home, some prefer domestic trading. It means less crew for foreign-going vessels. Due to economic progress in China, the wage gap between worldwide trading and domestic trading is closing. It is attractive enough to stay with domestic ship owners. Less pay with less risk is okay. Global COVID cases already crossed 250 million and death more than 5 million. About half of the world population is yet to receive a single dose of vaccine. Without attractive incentive, it is very difficult to source for Chinese crew. Therefore, Chinese crew demand for higher wages and better terms. In some cases, they demand for COVID bonus and take the risk if required to sail to countries they feel unsafe. Some just totally refuse to take the risk. Ship owners ask us why other nationalities are okay to sail to these countries. The answer is simple. It is the mindset about unsafe countries. Same way, the Chinese do not understand the mindset of those who refuse to put on mask and vaccination. Why some nationalities need to protest when it is good for them? We do not understand too. The G20 or group of 20 consisting of 19 big countries and European Union met recently to promote trade. Similar APEC or Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation met to improve trade. It means shipping demand will remain high, and if other major crude supply countries are not getting out of the COVID situation quickly, Chinese crude will still be in high demand and wages remain high. Look at this way, China is not only imposing strict border control to other nationalities only. It includes returning Chinese seafarers. China is determined to achieve zero COVID for the time being. Will the zero COVID policy change in future? Maybe, who knows? But for the time being, it remains. At the time, it affects Chinese crew, and they have to take various COVID tests and quarantine 21 days before coming back to China. When arriving in China, they need 14 days quarantine at point of arrival airport city, and another 14 days in their province before going home to their family. So we can understand that crew will not take assignment if they don't get paid for so many days during quarantine. Chinese crew wages will continue to rise when there is lesser supply than demand, as other countries' COVID is rising. If countries can achieve what China has achieved in terms of infection control, crew wages will stabilize. That is why I said earlier that we cannot totally blame on the Chinese crew. But everyone has a responsibility to control COVID spread. As crewing agent, what we can do is to cooperate closely to manage the crewing situation. We are standing on the side of ship owners and the crew. The aim is to achieve good outcome to satisfy the ship owner and the crew during these challenging times. Singhai has delivered many new vessels for international clients. There are two groups. One is using Chinese crew for the first time and quickly carry out complete set of crew change at next port. The second group continue with at least one normal contract. At first, they are concerned about English communication and competency of the Chinese crew. But after engagement, they are satisfied, and the concern for English and competency no longer exists. They are comfortable with Chinese crew. China aims to be the world's largest economy to support its economic and trade expansion. The Chinese fleet is modern and requires large numbers of crew. Naturally, for the Chinese crew, they prefer to be on vessel with same race, culture, and food. As the weight gap is closing between local Chinese owners and international owners, the Chinese crew find it attractive to join the local ship owners. So there is competition between local and international ship owners for Chinese crew. Hot questions: what is the crewing situation like in next in 6 months' time. Honestly, we can only say it depends, but it cannot go up so far that it becomes unrealistic. It depends on how fast the world overcomes COVID. With more vaccination and approved antivirus medication to fight COVID, we hope it becomes like a flu and no serious medical symptoms. People can get on with lives, and with more supply of other nationalities crew, as borders open up, the Chinese crew wages will stabilize. If other countries cannot manage the COVID situation well, the Chinese crew wages will remain high. Before the pandemic, we encouraged owners to try out Chinese crew. But the answer was always maybe another time. But now we can see that ship owners with a pool of Chinese crew are benefiting. They can deploy the Chinese crew. For this reason, we encourage ship owners who is now using Chinese crew for delivery products to consider using Chinese crew for the longer term. With a pool of returning Chinese crew, it provides good support for the fleet. Next, I wish to share a bit about the current positive control situation in China. 2 months ago, on 23rd September, Singhai Marine, together with American Eagle Tankers and MISC, organized the Asian LNG seminar in Shenzhen, China. Part of the seminar was focused on China positive control regime. It was attended by international ship owners, China regulators, and PSCOs from different parts of China. We had the opportunity to hear from them about their work during the pandemic. During pandemic, all countries are busy managing the situation to bring down infection. Same for China. Positive control inspection on board has reduced for the fear of infection. The ship crew are afraid of inspectors coming on board, and the inspectors are afraid of getting infection when they come into contact with crew on board. So remote inspection becomes a common practice. According to the PSCOs, remote inspection has its difficulties. Physical inspection is faster and more representative. When an inspector goes on board, he will have a feeling if the vessel is well maintained and whether the crew are competent and operational procedures are followed. He already has good or bad feeling about the vessel. He will carry out some checks according to the checklist, carry out some tests to confirm his findings. But remote inspection is not like that. The PSCO has to visualize the situation on board. It is difficult. Vessel needs to send documents and videos and verifications. He will again send questions to the vessel and request for more documents, followed by more videos and so on. It has more work in checking the documents and going through videos, followed by questions and reply again and again. But it is necessary. So remote inspection makes PSCOs feel overloaded. The process is time-consuming as they need to go through many items and raise questions to confirm findings. We learned from the seminar that China PSCO inspection will remain as it is, and not likely that inspections will increase. This is good news to honor, isn't it? But don't be too happy first. I will share with you why. We know that onboard passive inspection will be reduced, but it will continue with onboard inspection of high-risk foreign flag vessels. As far as possible, remote inspections will continue if the epidemic is still not well controlled in the world. The number of onboard inspections will be small, but PSCOs will continue to target high-risk vessels, and those vessels found violating the local regulations or had recent maritime incident. Rate of deficiencies and detention will continue to be high, with the high-risk vessels being inspected physically. It means PSCOs will have time to target high-risk vessels. Before, they have to spread the work and meet the inspection quota. Not a very good news for the high-risk vessels ship owners. So we advise ship owners to maintain their vessel well before coming to China. Singhai has posted control protect vigilancy services, and we have assisted many ship owners. You can reach out to us if you need more information on this area. On the other hand, due to the pandemic, many ports have stepped up their own area regulations control and inspections. Different ports have different requirements. We come across vessels paying heavy penalties for violating local rules. For example, simple violation like not having put up the correct flag. The fine can be very heavy, and vessel can be detained at anchorage for a long time for some small violation if not properly managed. But due to COVID, the port main focus is on quarantine and health matters. China is a large country, and local provinces can have their port regulations to impose on vessels. Even shipyards have their own health requirements. Some need joining Chinese crew to quarantine and some do not. The regulation change very often depending on the local COVID situation. Local agents and crew agents like us need to monitor very closely. Physical port inspection has reduced, but there are strict procedures at the ports. China will not relax its regulations due to zero COVID policy. And it may even step up due to the Winter Olympics in February next year. Thank you for listening. I'm very happy to share with you. Have a pleasant day. Bye.